From JA to UK to LA and everywhere else now, this is a podcast strictly influenced by Jamaican music, brought to you by Eric Kohler and Junor Francis. Well, if you're driving in your car or you're sitting home alone, the Junior entertain you on his microphone. The history of LA Ska. Yeah, hear stories from a guest while we all have a blast. From LA to Jamaica, it's in the podcast. The history of LA Ska. Of LA Ska, yeah. It's the history. Yes, it is. Of LA Ska. History of LA Ska, yeah. It's the history. Yes, it is. Of LA Ska. Of LA Ska. It's the history of LA Ska. One more time, yeah. It's the history of LA Ska.
Welcome to the History of LA Ska one-on-one sessions. I'm Junor Francis alongside our producer and my good friend Eric Kohler. Now, this series celebrates the ska, rocksteady, and vintage reggae scene in Southern California and beyond through insightful conversations with modern-day talent, including those behind the scene. I want to thank everyone who's working behind the scene to make this possible. So hence, whether you listen to this podcast series or watch us on YouTube, we want to thank you for your support. And please remember to subscribe. I can't emphasize that enough, and tell each and everyone that you know to get involved. On this episode, we welcome the legendary singer and songwriter Roy Ellis, who is often referred to as Mr. Symarip. Greetings and salutations, Roy. How are you, sir?
The boss Skinhead.
Right. Yeah. Nice meeting you guys, man.
Yeah, wonderful to see
you. It's always nice meeting you, because we're gonna say right now, quick. Normally, I don't do interviews, you know. So you two are, you can ask Tony. You two are lucky. They got to really almost squeeze and try to strangle me all over the world to do interviews.
So why is
but
that?
I said I'm gonna do this one because
So
because
what
I had some kind of a relationship with Eric.
Uh-huh.
And I said, okay, I didn't get to meet him, so I said, okay, I'm gonna do this one. But normally I just can't bother with it. You know?
So for my education, why do you refuse to do interview?
The reason why sometimes they ask me some questions, but you can't answer some, like you guys are surely not gonna do it. They ask me some questions what I don't really want to answer, and some question what it doesn't make sense. I can't answer stupid questions, you know.
Understood.
You know, I like to understand. When you ask me a question, I like to put it in an appropriate way that you can understand. But you know, some young kids who see themselves as not you're a professional, we have some kids who go around and go with this microphone thing and pretend like they're reporters, and they don't know what. For example, in Chile, this girl come and make an interview. I said, oh, Tony said, just do it because he's crazy about you and whatever. But she can't ask no question. The question was I have to keep. When it's like me, I'm asking myself the question because she didn't know how to put it over.
Right.
I can't have no time. So just, But this interview now is a different story because you guys are professional, you know.
Oh, right. Thank you. We're gonna have some fun, and we're gonna celebrate your career. So, Roy, let's start by talking about how you first met the Aggrolites, right? Who they're often referred to obviously as the dirty reggae band, and you were such a big influence on them. You most recently worked with them at Supernova on the East Coast in Virginia.
Yeah, Supernova last year in Las Vegas.
Right, for Punk Rock Bowling last year. Yeah, so let's talk about how you met those guys.
How I met them is going to be crazy because they perform in Switzerland. And there's a reggae organization, they call themselves Rude Attack. I don't know if you heard about them.
I have.
And they, I got a good contact because they're the one, after Laurel died, they're the one who got me back in a way, get the first band to start back in 2005.
Laurel Akins, right?
Yeah, Laurel Akins, because he did a concert on here, and he's the one who really discovered me.
Yes, right.
You know, he's the one who really discovered me back in the days, way back down in the 60s. I was just a boy. You know, my first recording, one of my first recordings was with Laurel.
Yeah.
You see?
Yes.
Anyway, I haven't seen him for years, so I came over here and I went to surprise him, you know. And in the dressing room, He was sitting down and talking. I said, Larry, hey, Larry, look at me. I said, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I know this face, man. I know that voice. I know that face. He said, you don't remember me. So wait a minute. You are the Bees. The band used to be called the Bees.
Right, yes.
And say, you're the one who played the trombone and sing. But wait a minute. It's right. He said, yeah, but you grow a beard now. He said to me. I don't even met Larry. It makes a point.
Yes, man. Twice.
Back in the day, you never have no hair, man. We saw your boy face so clean. You know, you grow a beard, you look like, you know. So I started talking, you know, it's very brawling, you know. Jamaican is brawling, you know.
Straight up Jamaican.
Anyway, he's talking to me the whole time in the dressing room. And he shake my hand and said, what are you doing over here? I said, I'm living over here 44 September, November, just gone. I've been in 44 years, you know.
You're kidding?
Wow.
Yeah, 44 years. With the same woman, can you imagine?
Wow.
And my first wife, she passed away also very young with 38.
Okay. Wow.
You know, so I met another woman by touring over here with the band, and I met her. Anyway, come to the question now. So we got acquainted with the Skinhead group, you know, but they didn't know I was living here. At the beginning, they started saying, you can't be the boss Skinhead because you look like a charlatan. Because we don't, oh, could he living in Switzerland? We don't know this, you know. Anyway, cut a long story short, we got one night I was in my living television room, sitting down with my wife, all of a sudden, my pajama and everything, relaxing, and all of a sudden the phone rang. Then I went on the phone, and the guy called Jeffy from the reggae organization said, Roy, the Aggrolites in Zurich, they want to meet you because you're a great inspiration to these guys. They want to meet you. And that's how we met.
Right.
We talked about 2006 or 2007, something like that. Right? A long time, man.
Yeah.
Anyway, I said, wait, I want to meet them too. Who knows? So my wife said, but you sure want to go? And say, I don't know, because if they call me from Lucerne in another city and say the guys are in Zurich and everybody is there, they want to really meet me. So I have to take off my pajama. I strip off my pajama, jump in my car, and I went down there. And there's a guy who was the merchandise called Chris Storm, tall guy, about 3 meters. I don't know. He just said, you're Roy Ellis. I said, because I got my hat and he went, oh, you're Roy Ellis, yeah? I said, come down to see you. Don't even say one word. Come on in, because they're waiting for you. Because I told Jeffrey, right, to tell those guys that I'll be there, you know. So from my house to Zurich is about 45 minutes drive. See?
Right.
They go straight to and we went in and we started talking. I remember that night Jesse was the band was talking to everybody. That time they had a black drummer.
Oh yeah, Corey.
Yeah, you have a black drummer. So that time they did something very bad to me, the organizer. We talk about it, I was so bloody embarrassed. Anyway, the other band who backed me in Switzerland called Ellis Caviar.
Okay.
They were there the same night too, because they wanted to meet the Aggrolites. I went inside and I saw them with my hat and they think just to recognize me or something on the stage, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, guys, what happened now? Typical Jesse called me up on the stage.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yes.
And the first song is Eric Kohler. It's a country champ song with me. Come on, Roy. Play and Jamie Roy, Ellis, baby, everybody. Because they didn't know I was there.
Yeah.
Went on the stage and it was so embarrassing that the start of the song would have been played never from the recording.
Wow.
I don't know if you know this song called what I wrote is called it's a rapping thing because I'm one of the first guy in England started a rapping record. Like Skinhead Moose Summer was rapping it, you know, all that things, you know. Skinhead Jamboree.
Oh yes,
yes. Skinhead Jamboree, you know, I was talking about it. And just start that song, man, and I can't remember the words or nothing. So the whole time I put on it, what I remember, I keep repeating, remember me? I'm your boss. Remember me? I'm your boss. Keep repeating it to see if I can remember some of the lyrics. I couldn't. And all the people in the band was laughing after me. College Caviar, they all having a good joke over there. Say, you don't remember it? They say, man, I wrote hundreds and hundreds of songs. I can't remember all of them. I never performed with that song before. You know? But I did Skinhead Girl and Skinhead Moons and everything was okay. And that's how I met these guys. That's how I met them. Wow. And from there on, a good relationship. And we met again on another gig in Germany, one of those business car thing or whatever.
Okay.
And I was performing there, and Jesse commented to me, hey, and so Roger, hey, one do you a favor, can you, before your show, can you go to do the banana song for us? I said, no, man, no. I gave the guy the permission to sing, because you asked me to sing the song you recorded, whatever. That's your song, not mine anymore.
Right, and that was for the Yo Gabba Gabba, right?
Yeah, right. So when I sing, so in the end, they forced me, and then I went on and do the banana for them. But because you're supposed to sing your song, I know, but they want to know that they want to introduce me, to let the people know I wrote the song. I said, they already know that's already, man. Singing anyway, I couldn't get out of it, so I got to go and do it. Before my show, I was a headliner. You bloody embarrassing again.
Yeah.
I go and do the banana song, and then later on come me again, and so on. And since then, we met again in Switzerland at a place, and so I've got a good relationship with Jesse.
Right.
Yeah.
And also Roger. But the band keeps changing different people. I got a good relationship with Brian Dixon.
Yeah.
And Scott, the drummer.
Yes.
The ex-drummer, so those guys, they sent me a track over one time, I think you know it, and it was put out by the Angel City record.
Oh, yeah, Mark and Wally, right, yeah.
And a matter of fact, one of the songs, I put the lyrics to it, and this guy, the chef guy, what is his name, Tommy Hilfiger,
okay.
He used one of my songs for the catwalk. Maybe you see the video.
Oh, okay.
Can you feel it? Whoa, can you feel it? Yeah, and the great success, they paid me out,
Of course.
And the other one, get up. I did it for, they just send me the backing tracks and send it, write the lyrics, send it back, and they love it. And Angel City Record put it out, and from there on, So but back to the Aggrolites, these are great guys. But
indeed,
as I said, the good contact what I've got is Roger and Jesse.
Yes. Right.
These are the
big love and respect
in my eyes,
So in addition, what's unique with working with them when in terms of back?
Perfect. You don't think so? You see what
I second that.
You see when they come in, you wasn't at the punk rock bowling. I
did not make that one.
But I
watched,
was there. I watched.
No, I didn't make that one.
I didn't make.
Okay.
But I watched.
Because there was fit everything on it. As I said, Supernova. I was in a good mood in my body, but I still go out there and do what I can. The people don't.
Right.
One thing I told the people and young musicians, doesn't matter what kind of feeling you have at your home, some kind of friction or argument with anybody. So long you get on the stage, the people don't want to know all that things. That's your private life. You get out there on the stage and you do what you're supposed to do because they come to see you.
Yes, right. And I like that attitude. Mm-hmm.
You see?
Really
don't worry. After you finish, you can go back in the dressing room and start to cry again.
Right.
You wipe your eyes, blow your nose, get out there and pretend like you just do your job. And that's why I teach a lot of young musicians to do that because and if it's one person in the place, I always tell a lot of people this, if one person in the place, you should do the same show like if it's 1,000 people or more.
I could not agree more.
Mm-hmm. You can't say, we're not going to play today because not much people. That's not professional,
No,
right.
So what I'm trying to say is that I try to, when I play to the young guys and they like to talk to me, I'm like Jesus with it, gather around with his disciples, I talk to them and teach them things what they don't know.
Of course.
And,
so. It was, really and truly a brilliant idea when the Aggrolites decided they wanted to meet you back then. And it really paid off for both of you.
Yeah,
it paid off because
because when I talked to your manager Tony, he said you're not coming without Aggrolites backing you.
No.
He said,
what I like about it's true what they said. Nobody shouldn't back me if I'm gonna come to America. Nobody shouldn't back me, only them, and they want to do it too.
Of course,
right?
Yes,
so that's the good part, right?
Yeah.
Right.
What I like about now is that backing me two bands because the horn section is from another band.
It's 45. Yes.
Right.
45.
Yes.
So,
those guys are on fire too.
Yeah.
And they're cool as well. So
They are.
Yes.
if anything should go wrong with the Aggrolites and couldn't do the job,
You got to back
steady
up.
45.
they could do the job as well.
Yes, sir.
You know?
So
Yeah.
on the subject
Speaking of which,
Like a substitute. They're like a substitute for the
Right.
Aggrolites, I think.
Right.
You know?
So you have not performed in Southern California for several years. What can fans expect when you headline SkaMania on July 18th? January 18th, I don't remember. And January
the 18th. Yeah.
Yes, in Santa Ana.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've got the flyer here.
Yes,
So
sir.
what you meant?
What can the fans expect?
This?
What can the fans expect? Especially those
Well, they're gonna expect Ellis on the stage because I get over my son death a little bit now, and I'm coming out with full power. You know,
Right.
I'm coming over there with two horns as well, like a real Kamatara, like a bull,
Yes.
and then
Yes.
Yes.
it kicks
I think
some ass.
the last time you were here, I think was at 2008.
I can't remember, Junior. I can't remember. I remember there was a
sir.
big fight outside because a lot of people couldn't come in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
One guy, I think the helicopter got to take him away. Some
Oh, my
skinhead guy
goodness.
with the bouncer or something.
I
Some
missed
probably
that
couldn't
one,
come
right.
in.
Wow.
The place was
Well-
packed. You know, I was
Yes.
performing with this. Twice I played in LA. Twice.
Yes. Okay.
Mhm. Right.
Well, this
And
is
then, so if I come again this time, it's gonna be the third time there. Twice.
Right.
But this
one-
one I'm telling you about. I was performing with one of those soul lady. What's her name? Gwen something.
for Marv Mack, right? Soulside. One of those shows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a matter of fact, one of her daughters performed with me in Germany.
Oh,
And her brother.
Interesting.
What's the name of that?
I can't think of her name, but I know who you're talking about. Right. And then you also, the first time you came was for Angel City, I think, right?
Yeah.
Globus, Las Globus.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, this one will be at La Santa in Santa Ana on Saturday, January 18th. You'll be back by your good friends in the Aggrolites.
Aggrolites, man. They're my kids. They're my kids.
They are your kids.
Yes.
They should start calling me granddad, you know.
Mobtown will be on the show, Steady 45s, and we'll have selectors from Rising Sound, Mila, Lady Isla, Marv Mack, and Junior.
It's gonna be the same lineup again, like in Supernova. Same lineup.
Yeah, for the band.
Yeah, I believe so. Yes.
From what I've heard.
Okay.
Right.
No, the same lineup for 2 days in Vegas and Supernova. So
I
it should
believe
be the
so.
same lineup because they know my program, you see.
Oh yes.
Right.
You know?
Absolutely.
Mhm.
So Roy, let's now go back to your birthplace. And what
Jamaica, Kingston, Jamaica. I was born, and well, I think Junior know where it is. If you're from Kingston, Junior?
No, sir, the hills of Manchester, man, way up there, way up.
Okay, well, about a place in Jamaica, everybody is called Lining Hospital. It's a very famous place where people give birth there.
Mhm.
And I was born there. I was living very near to Alpha Boys School very near, but I was too young to go there, you know. But
you're only taking if you're a bad boy.
Yeah, no.
Alpha?
Stony Hill take you if it's a bad boy. Stony Hill.
Okay.
Stony Hill. But if you got to be a Catholic to be in Alpha Boys School because it's a Catholic school, you see.
Mhm.
So they take kids off the road who coming from the Catholic side and they try to, but it's good. It's a good thing, and
Absolutely.
you know. But at that time, I was still a little bit with my mother and so on. The school used to be in South Camp Road,
Mhm.
I remember, and next door to my house where I was staying at the time with my godmother, because my mother didn't have no time for me. I grew up without father and mother. I used to see I could hear the plane, you know, practicing, and they dressed up like soldiers and all them things, and you know, it was very inspired me, you know, and I used to walk like a soldier like them too. And the music, my music career coming from there, because you hear some wicked thing going on, the little boy. It used to amaze me, you know. And that's it. So I was born in Kingston, Jamaica. My mother is from Portland.
Okay, East.
And then, but after a while, my mother was a businesswoman. She was an Igla. You see? Igla mean, you know, Junior, you know what?
My grandmother too.
Igla, you know, buy and sell things from the market and so on. So she didn't have the time with children. So they left me with my grandmother, my godmother. How I got the name by my godmother, because she's a Chinese woman, Chinese Jamaican. And my mother wanted to baptize me as a Christian, I should say, christening me as a Silbert. And my grandmother said, don't call him no Silbert, because they're going to call him silly in the school. You know? Call him Roy. And because Roy normally is an Asian name, Roy.
I see.
A lot of Chinese call Roy, and Indians and so on, you know? So she gave me that name, Roy. So after a while, I went to leave as I said, my mother didn't have no time for me. So after born in Jamaica, grew up a little bit there, go to school, keep changing school, because every time I go there, I didn't see my mother sometimes for a whole year, you know. I didn't remember how she looked at and sort of stuff. And in the end, we settled down in a place in a country called Sunny Hill. I don't know if you ever heard about that place.
Yeah, yes, man, of course.
Very near to Bath, going towards Portland.
Yes.
And that is where I left from 14 and a half and come to England. Because my mother left me out there with some people. My godmother died, and she didn't want to have me around. And you have to buy the book, Junior, and Eric,
I'll make you point of duty.
You got it, because all the story what I'm telling you find everything about me in that book is my bio, and it's selling like hot cake. Next year it's gonna be in Spanish. It's already in 2 languages already. It's English and Czech.
All right. I will pick up a copy too.
Yeah. I made a mistake. Jesse can tell you. I made a mistake and sent a book to Jesse. How stupid I am, and send the Czech version. He couldn't read it. So after the sent him another one. He got it now, and I think he said he's finished reading it.
Yes.
So he got 2. I wanted to send it back to me. He said, "No, I'm not going to send it back to you, because you write such nice things at the back.
Right.
At the same time, I'm going to keep it, because what you wrote about us, blah, 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 blah."
Yes, sir.
And I sent him another one in English. Next year it's coming out in Spanish, and that's going to sell.
Wow.
They're talking about making a film and all and stuff. I won't be doing the acting, but in Czech, they want to do a film of it, because the story is so good. If you got time, well, I could make you guys as a present if you like. I've got much here, but I can send you one or send you 2 if you like.
Oh man, really actually thanks for your kindness.
We love that.
You know,
but
definitely. I would have to have your personal address.
Yeah.
Frankly, what if we wait till you come January next month?
Oh, wait a minute. I take it with me.
Yes,
let's do that. We'll get it in person.
I take it and give it to you in person.
Yes.
I sign it and bring it to you in
goodness.
person.
I cannot ask for anything more.
Right.
So Roy, you had a rough upbringing, man.
Yeah, rough. If you read the book, man, I don't know, because that's why I don't really like to do an interview, because when people ask me too much about the book, I don't want to tell them. Buy the book and read it.
We understand, yeah.
Because I'm a very, very emotional person. You know, I've been through no father, no mother. I got one sister. The first time I met her, she was born after me, about 1.5 years, 1 year and a half after me. And I never met her until she was 11 years old. I didn't even know it was my sister. You see? Alton Ellis' father is my father.
Wow.
You didn't know that, did you?
No, so them say your cousin.
No, man. Alton Ellis' father is my father.
So
if I got the name and you run away, because after my mother found he was married, she didn't want to do nothing with him, and I want to have contact with my father, and she wouldn't let me.
So you and Alton are or half?
But we are half brothers.
But Jamaica, you call it brother. You don't use the.
Yeah, we don't. That's the system I call over here. I can't bother with this half business. We are brothers.
No,
man.
right. Understood.
You know.
Yeah.
It is half brothers. They come from the same mother.
Wow.
And you know. So he's my a lot of people over here. And then he told one of his sons, Christopher.
Yes.
You know, and I had some problem with him in France because he's going around because he thought because Alton passed away, he thought I was gonna use his for the program because he didn't know about me. Christopher Ellis didn't know about me. So Tony had to explain, man, and tell him, no, Roy Ellis have hits, more than one hit, and some of his songs are repeat by other musicians.
Right. Worldwide.
Use them and hit. And Alton never really ever hit in the hit parade, but I have hits. The first hit was from Eddie Grant, you know, Train Tour to Rainbow City.
Yes, sir.
You know, and then so my Tony have to explain to him, and then after he saw my program the night, he realized there's a lot of songs. Remember, some of my mother used to listen to these songs, then realize who I am.
That's right.
He thought I was gonna sing his father's song to make money for it. You know what I mean?
So you never had any relationship with Alton?
No. This time when I was supposed to meet him, somebody was gonna take me to meet him. I heard he was sick. He passed away.
Right.
Oh,
so
and you're not living in England, so right.
And his daughter found out about me, and one of his daughters then called him, you're an uncle from my brother. What's his wrote? You're not those days we have no face, but we have this thing, MySpace. You remember that MySpace, right?
Yes, man.
That's called the old school. And she wrote some nasty thing, you're a charlatan and you're this and your cousin from, you know. And then I met this son on tour with him in Bordeaux, France. And he comes down with one of his brother-in-law, and he was really angry. You're going around, but I don't know you, and you blah 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 blah, and really, and you know, we don't want you, we don't know you, you know, family of us and all that thing. And the guy was saying, his family saying, his brother-in-law was saying, this if the family meet you, they're gonna beat you up and all them things, man. And I start to get afraid, man.
Wow. And
I start to cry. I say, bloody hell, I got some shows in England or whatever, I'm gonna have a problem, you know, with this. The daughters from Alton and his brothers and so they're gonna attack me and they will attack you. This guy really made me scared, man. I didn't even want to go to England anymore.
Wow.
You know, this also. Anyway.
Did that all work itself out now?
Huh?
Is that all worked out though now?
It worked. I can tell you how it works out now. After doing the show in Bird, because he come with his brother-in-law before the stage like this, and watching and listening. I've never played one of Alton's songs. Never.
And there's no need to play it either.
I don't need to play it because he got some great songs.
But your catalog is extensive. You don't need to.
You know. And then I said, I'll tell you a story. This standing for the stage, you know, he's got his brother-in-law, very tall guy, dreadlocks to the ground, stand up and watching the program, people going crazy and so on. Because he did the show first, you know. And then I didn't speak to him the whole night again. And then the next morning in the hotel, he come and knock the door. So I thought it was a cleaner woman, you know. I said, I'm still sleeping. Keep knocking on the door. I'm still sleeping. And I hear, no, it's me, Christopher. I said, huh? So I went up and opened just in my pajama around and opened the door and let him in. And he said, come in, sir. You know, I couldn't find the words. He said, I want to apologize to you. Because after seeing you playing all those songs, I remember a lot of them. My mother used to listen to them. And we didn't know it was you because they probably know Eric and Junior. Most of the songs from the pyramids and beats, they never put my name.
Right.
You know? They just put the name of the band, Pyramid Symarip.
Right.
And the song what we wrote is R. Ellis. And N. Naismith.
Right.
M. Naismith and Roy Ellis. Vice versa. And very small. So people didn't check who is who. They just know them as Pyramids or the Bees or the Symarip. That's what it was.
Right.
So it was very difficult. So he knows the songs, but he didn't know it was me.
Wow.
Then he came, I was very surprised. I said, he's a gentleman. He came in
Yes, man.
and apologized to me and said, I'm
Indeed.
sorry. Because I remember when I started to cry in the cafeteria, tears, because they say, we don't want you. You're not no family of us. And Tony come and tap me on my back and say, yeah, come on, just get it. Because I know me, because if they're going to attack me, I could be very dangerous. And I don't want, at my age, I don't want to go to prison. So, but he always spoke to me at that time. I was very down. But it cheers me up the next morning. And I say, yeah.
I'm so glad to hear that.
And I haven't seen him since. But he always asks about me when he traveled around in Germany, like in this big reggae festival they put him on, and Tony was there too, and he asked, what's Roy doing? So I told him, I remember telling him this, that man, from now on, I will never ever tell nobody that you were related. Yeah, because when I found it in the end, all the brothers and sisters in England, they told me they're not even speaking to one another. Alton children, they don't speak to one another.
Oh, interesting.
Which is not unusual.
Yeah, so they're all the one in Jamaica and all in Canada. They don't speak to one another. So if they don't speak to one another, why should I worry myself about it?
Right.
Sure. That was just a gesture to say I'm related to Alton, but that doesn't mean nothing because I never met my father, so I don't know him.
And you had the opportunity to meet Hortense?
Never, because she died long before.
Right.
And she don't know about me anyway.
Sure.
And Alton didn't know nothing about me because, Jamaican man with the women. My mother was very young and him get a screw and that's it. Here come I. This Jamaica, she married and it's still going on down there.
Yes. It won't stop, unfortunately.
Right. That's Jamaican style. You have kids all, look at Bob Marley, kids all over the place,
Sure.
And many other Peter Tosh and all the Jamaican kids all over the place. So it's nothing new.
Mm-hmm.
I was glad what I can say, I'm glad I was born.
Right.
As are we. Right.
I was meant to be here. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't matter who was the father. I was meant to be here, and I'm doing pretty good. I'm not rich because I get ripped off with all my records and so on. But who knows? I can't take it with me. Right. But I've got sufficient to.
Right. That's a good outlook.
Yeah.
Right.
Keep me going. I'm traveling, turning down a lot of gigs because, as I said, I don't like to fly around. But come to the States now and again. That's all right. Mm-hmm. After this concert, that's what pissed me off right now because after the concert, 4 days coming back to Switzerland. And 4 days I'm flying to Sao Paulo.
Oh, that's a long run.
It's a long run. They wanted me to fly from LA to Sao Paulo, but you have to keep changing planes.
Right. Yeah.
No,
but if I fly back to Switzerland, I'll fly to Madrid, and there's a plane from Madrid direct with Tony to get us to Sao Paulo. I've been there before. Then coming back, I'm doing Germany, and then I'm doing England, and I just got back from Prague just now. Maybe you can watch it on Facebook. It's all there,
Well, but it's good for the music because let's say you, Stranger Call, Pioneers, just going all over the place. So it's good for the music.
Exactly.
So
I never told.
I'm inclined to believe that you should not turn down any work. Yes, sir.
No. But sometimes, when the age, Junior, when the age is creeping up on you, you got to be careful.
I know, sir.
I don't want to be no macho out there. When the age is creeping up on you, you got to be careful.
But look at Stranger Cole, man. Stranger Cole have you by a couple of years, well, man. So you're still a young man.
That's what everybody said, and the pioneers and all the youngest. But see, the problem is when I'm getting at, those guys just stand and sing.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And so, but I'm not that sort of person.
I know.
I'm a dynamite guy. I'm a guy who used to jump off the stage.
Then I saw some stuff was really amazing.
Just jump off the stage and go down to the public, come and do my flip flop and all them things with this car music. People are used to this sort of stuff.
Yes.
But after a certain time, you start getting rheumatism in the knee cap, and then you got to. Your body talk to you. You got to slow down. But don't worry about it. I'm still gonna rip up that place in LA. Yes. Don't worry.
we know that, right?
Yes, sir. So let's step back to when did you record your first song?
That's a good question. I recorded my first time before I met Laurel. I recorded my first time when I was about 15.
Wow.
And yeah, my first song, I have it in my program, motherfuckers, a jubileum, because Tony put it out again.
Right.
It's called I Went Away and Gone with Another Man. Maybe you heard that song.
Yes, sir.
Don't me. I don't want you. I don't need. I played it Supernova anymore. You know that song. But I changed the lyrics. It was recorded in a record label called Ember, and the guy was looking for a young talent. And at the time, I was learning trombone from Rico because I play trombone, you know.
Yes, I know that too. Yes,
I play saxophone too and flute and a little piano.
Wow.
You know, the music is in the blood, you know. I can't get
Yes, sir. You tell the truth. Tell it.
You know? And this guy was looking for the young talent. And somebody told me, go to Sonny Burke. He's a source from Alpha Boy School, and Rico know him very well too. And Eddie Tantan.
Yes, sir.
The great honor for me, my first record. You know who was playing the guitar on it? The great Ernest Ranglin.
Why was I going to guess him?
Ernie, wow.
Ernest Ranglin was a young man, you know.
So who assembled the band? Who put together the band? You?
Sonny Burke.
Oh, the producer.
Session man from Rico. So tell you what's going on session. After the guy passed my voice, and how I got to do the recording, because I went to Sonny Burke's house and he asked me, I said, I heard you're looking for young musicians, young singers. I said, well, I sing a little. He said, yeah, you can sing. And this is true story, it's in the book. And it said, when you read a book, you're going to get some laugh and things, but it's sad, very sad. 90% is sad, but, you know, I have to step it up. And he said, well, go in his living room and everybody was eating. It was Christmas time. So he said to me, sing something, no, let me hear, you know, Jamaican talker, sing something, no, let me hear your voice, no? So I said, Red Bull, I didn't expect this. What I'm going to do now? And the only song could come in my mind was Jingle Bells. It was Christmas time. So then the funny part about it, because of the sort of person I am, always when I'm writing songs sometime in the plane and driving sometime, whatever, if I come up with the lyrics, I say, oh, this could be a good song, you know. And I've already fixed the rhythm in my head. And the lyrics slowly, so I'll always do the bass line and sing at the same time. Like, so when they say to me, sing something, I say, well, I'm going to sing up because I didn't expect. I think you just want to talk to me and say, come back the next day, give me something to sing. So I said, wait a minute, what I'm going to do now? So all of a sudden, the only song come to my brain was Jingle Bells. So I started singing. I said, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Ska, you know, those days was just ska. Nobody know about rocksteady and reggae, just ska. Right. Yeah. Oh, what for you need to ride in the one. I was going like this the whole time. Jingle bell, jingle all the way. And it was eating. I remember his mother sitting down with his plate of food. You know, Jamaican people eat with the plate in their hand. And she was, I said, wait a minute, that look good. I think it's going to go down good. And Sonny Burke said, what? You have a good voice, man. You have a good voice. I said, come on a few days later on. He said, come in the studio. And that's, you know, and that's what I went in the studio, and Sonny Burke was there, Ernest Ranglin was there, Eddie Tantan was on the session, George the Fame was on the session. George the Fame didn't get famous yet. He was still playing in the club in London called in London City. There, he was the main musician in London City back in those days. And he got played the session organ. Tony Washington, you must have heard about Tony Washington.
Yes. He
recorded this song, a famous reggae song, ska song. Show me how to bring that cow. Ole, show me, you know, ska. And so he was piano player, George Fame keyboard, Eddie Tantan and trumpet, Rico and trombone. You know, that's what made Rico to give me some more lessons in the trombone. When I have a trombone, I couldn't play. But Rico give me some, give some lesson on it, and I carry on myself and so on. Till we meet in Japan 2008, we didn't remember me. And that's it. That's how I got to get my first record done and released and the label Ember. And then what really gets on my nerve, because this Studdyberg, you get to rip off the young musician them. He didn't put my name. So when I went to record, then I wrote that song, what I told you about. The went away and gone with all the men. That's my first song I ever wrote in my life.
So was it deliberate on his part to not put your name?
He didn't put my name, he put his name, Sonny Burke and the Daffodils.
So was
who the bloody hells are daffodils? We know daffodils are flowers, but I mean, he didn't put my name. Wow. And what I got from the session, it took me about a week later on, after the record came, it took me out and said, wait a minute, Sonny, what's going on? I got a Chinese dinner. That's it. A Chinese meat. From there, the ripping off started. Chinese dinner. Right. But doesn't matter, it's passed away.
I'm glad you didn't get discouraged and leave the business.
Indeed. No, I don't. Yeah. If you read the book, you see, if you read, I'm going to bring you can read it. I'm a very strong person. Yeah. I'm a very strong person, I never gave up because I didn't get the education of what I wanted. Because, like what I want, because I came moved in school and did that. I'm not stupid, because when I came to England, I came at 14 and a half. And then I go to school for 6 months. I was 15 then. And, this school's finished in 15 those days. You got to go there and learn an apprentice. You got to be an apprentice, learn a trade, something like this, But anyway, I was very ambitious to carry on in the night school.
Yes, sir.
In the night school to build up, because, coming from Jamaica, you don't speak properly, you got to get back you got to speak, because you come from the 14 hour, you speak the Jamaican. I never lose it, because Jamaican accent now is broadcast. It's one of the biggest things in the world. Everybody wants to speak that Jamaican sound.
I try every day.
I'm glad I didn't lost it, because even the ones who were born in England, you don't realize, if you talk to them, you're talking to somebody who just come from Jamaica.
Yeah.
Because they try to lose the English accent.
Right.
Because one of the guys told me back in the day, he said to me, if you want to hang around with me, go back and speak your own language what you grew up with. Cut out this moi and more, because you're not English. You're British, but you're not English. So keep to we don't want you kind of guys wrong. We speak them go warm. Come on, boy. That's the way I used to speak, because I get accustomed to the language because I was young.
Right.
Not to speak like them. So I'll go back and speak my own mother language. But I can speak both if I want to.
Of course.
You have to speak because you got to, So back to this now. What I'm trying to say is I'm very ambitious. And I went back to school and do what I can, but not enough to take me to university. I tried to join the military, the Air Force, but I was intelligent enough to do that one. But I could go in the army. But when I found out I got to be doing infantry, because I wanted to learn motor mechanic. You see. And I found out if you go in the military, you're going to end up in infantry. I mean, trained to kill people and send you all over the place in war, and I turn it out. So I do my medical examination. I passed to go in the military, and then I turn it down because they can't force you, It's a free, it's a German, we say the freiwillig. You do that. You do it if you want to. So they say, send me later, come in and say, no, I decided to change my mind. I got a job in a garage. I don't feel like my mother didn't want me to go in the military. Say, go into the military, they're going to send you all over the place, and you might get killed and this, and, Jamaican mother,
Yes, sir.
So I built up myself, was still with the music. Then I went in boxing, excuse me a little bit, man, I went in boxing, to get myself accustomed with the English kids, because they didn't like me because I was black. I was the only black guy in the school. Put me on the back every morning, comes in banana, peanuts, of the desk and recess, they gather up and want to beat you. So one teacher told me, they have a gym there, so one teacher told me, I can see you look like you can box. I said, I can box. In Jamaica, I grew up on the street, so I know how to fight. Australia teachers, all can get, you know, you is to learn to box.
So what?
As revenge. And other kids that was boxing for sport. Was me no sport no more because I was beating the ass up. And in the end, I was no gorilla no more. I was no chimpanzee no more. I was no gollywog, no this all the name we call black people at that time, you know. And those days were the Teddy Boys as well, you know. I was a champion because I'm the one who coming back with a trophy.
Right.
But in the ring, I was in the ring, I was doing it only for sport. I was taking my revenge in a psychological way. You know that kind of thing, you know? The guy would say, in my mind, I say, you wait, I'm going to get your ass, wait. But they don't say that loud, you know, because they don't want you, they want you to have as a sport. But me, I was taking revenge. In the end, I come to be the champion. But problem is, I have to give it up because boxing, singing with the back in the day, you know, and with the beats, because I started very young too. And then I was doing night shift, working. I was working in a restaurant, in a hotel, as a omelet maker, making omelet. And my mother was a cook, you know, so I kind of get a little bit of genes from her. And then I end up wanting to be a cook. But in the end, I was working the weekends, the same time when the band's getting gigs, at weddings and so on.
There's only so many hours in the day, so
right. So in the end, I said, wait a minute.
So we want to squeeze, you know, the band you mentioned, the band. How about when did you meet Frank? You know, I know Frank. Frank was like a couple of yards from my house, but he won't remember me. Wow. He's like 5 years I think he's about.
Really?
Yeah,
you
man.
know Frank?
Yes, man.
Well, Frank, he's the one who started the band, The Bees.
Hey, yeah, I know Frank. We go to the same school. Wow.
Yeah. You're the one who started. Yeah, it's from Manchester, right? Exactly.
Yeah, man.
But it's just like a story, but I don't, I tell you, Junior, I don't want to talk nothing bad about him because I just doing my stuff and he do his stuff because Frank is a very conniving person. I can't use that word. I tell him to his face, you know. He didn't like to play reggae music. He hates reggae. I got proof for this. He didn't like to play reggae music.
No,
and in the end, after I left the band,
I haven't seen him since he left Jamaica. Like I said, he was a few years older than me. I just know him. To his younger brothers. But,
his brother's a nice guy. His brother, but Frank, you know, man, I worked with Frank from 1964, 65, right up to 1988. That's when I left the band.
Wow, I didn't know him left Jamaica. I was that young.
I know Frank when he was going to school, man.
Yeah, okay.
Wow.
He's younger than me. He's younger than me. I met him when he was going to school. You know, his father, I know his father good. You know, I know Frank's family real good. His father was dealing with bread and all this other stuff as a retailer for bread and all that thing. I know him good. But
so was that around the same time that you met Michael and Josh and Monty?
Yeah. But check this out now. I'm the guy who bring Monty in the band.
All right.
Guy was a friend of mine because my best friend, you know him, Barry Biggs. No. Barry Biggs is my best friend. He wrote me every day. I wrote back every day. And he introduced me to Monty. So Monty come to be my friend. This bass player, Mick, this 2-meter guy, he was a good friend of Frank. He came to Jamaica he didn't go to school there, but he came pretty young there. The school time was up. So Frank and Mick come acquainted to one another and become friends. You have another friend called Neville. They kicked Neville out. I brought the guitar player. He was the oldest one, Josh. I brought the saxophone player because the saxophone player used to live in the house of Eddie Grant. That's why I met Eddie Grant. You know, we have history, man.
Yes.
I bring the book and it's all there.
Oh, yes. Yeah, and we're going to encourage everyone to buy that.
Then when you read the book, you're gonna see where I'm going from. And all the negative things in my life with the music and making the money from it and people looking at you and the funny part of them, all of them who ripped me off, Eric, and I don't know what's going on, but most of the ones who ripped me off, they're all gone now.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because, for example, I know Philip Chang.
Mm-hmm.
Philip Chang.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man, the Chinese guy from Jamaica, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's Skinhead Mustam. He played 90% of the music on that record,
Yeah.
The bass line and all that. That's Philip. When Skinhead Mustam started,
Yes.
He's the one who played the guitar run down the line back and forward.
Right.
You wouldn't know that if I don't tell you.
No,
Philip,
sir.
And some of the bass lick on that record, that's Philip playing, and he's the one who produced it with Graham Goodall.
Big name, right?
And we started, and they sold out the rights to Trojan, man. And Skinhead Mustam was such a big success. We don't get the money. Right, we found out that it was a big success. Everybody, the special record, it went to #1. They put #1 in the chart again twice. The album.
Yeah, right.
And when Trojan. I could be a rich man sitting down here now. Everybody think you're living in Switzerland. You live in Switzerland, you have money. I have nothing. I live here because my woman didn't want to come to England to live. And I love her, so I stayed.
Oh.
Not because you think I'm living in Switzerland, I'm rich. I'm not. Just have enough to live with. I'm living, put it this way, I'm living comfortably here.
Sure.
Right.
Sure.
Right.
So,
right.
So speaking of which, Roy, so when did you move from Jamaica and why?
Why?
And
because I nearly, when I moved from Jamaica with 14 at that age, that's when they wanted to send me to Stony Hill, Junior. Because I nearly killed somebody, you see. I nearly killed somebody out there because I was on the street, man.
Okay.
I grew up on the street.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
Mm-hmm.
ghetto from Jamaica, I was back, nobody, no family around, nobody to guide me. But I'm proud of myself, and everybody says,
yes, man.
I'm proud of myself because I get myself out of the situation.
Right.
You did.
So you were part of the Windrush that went Jamaica, London, right?
Yeah. So somebody told my mother leave me in Jamaica and come to England.
Ah, it turned
and
out.
my sister who followed me, I didn't know her because my mother have another child.
Right, born in England.
Another child in Jamaica. And she left my brother with my sister because let's check this out. My sister grew up with my mother's auntie.
Okay.
Because she didn't have no children, and she was born too early after me, so my mother couldn't look after 2 kids. So she gave my sister to the auntie and didn't tell me I've got a sister.
Mm.
When my mother got pregnant from another guy now, years later on, he's living in England too. My mother, sent for him and leave me in Jamaica alone by myself, man. And man, I've been through a lot of stuff. People beating you up on the streets, and because nobody I can't run as I got a big brother and some other father. Nobody around to help me. So that is the same. This thing was, if you have a dog tied up and keep beating that dog, and it get off the leash, you know what's gonna happen? Mm-hmm. That dog is gonna be a very dangerous dog.
So how about food, shelter, and clothing and all that?
You should have seen me when I was about in Jamaica, man, going to school with tear-up trousers and all them things there. But as you say, we look at him and bat you out the door. That's right. Kids, man.
In retrospect, we can laugh now.
Look at how people are when they bat you out the door. Move! And then kick you, you know what I mean? But
Jamaica is a mean place. It's a rough.
A mean, man. But all kids are mean all over the world, man. Especially if you're poor. Look at him there, yeah. So I used to steal things to survive and steal people fruits to live. The people that didn't give me the food, all they wanted me with me. After my mother leave me with some people who have a farm, they wanted me to go to farm. They didn't want me to go to school, man. But the music was always there.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
they could take away that from me. They take away my dignity and all that stuff, but not my music.
Right.
And when it started getting, then I nearly killed the woman who used to look after me. She keep to beat me up every day for nothing, and and people telling lies on me wasn't true. People just see in the street somebody did something and said, "It's right, do it, The ugly boy, it's the ugly boy that do it, So you could take my thing, you steal a thing from my garden. Boom, 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 boom.
So Roy, you were very young then. If you left we're talking about 11.
We're talking about 10 years old and all those 11, 12 and all them things, man.
Wow. Yeah.
So in the end, I get vicious.
Understand?
And I chop up the woman. I was sitting there one day making a gig. You know what gigs are? Top. Eric don't know gig. He didn't know this as a top. You know what a top is, Eric? A top? T-A-P.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
You put the strings around it.
Absolutely.
And, I was making one. This woman's come and say, "You're thieving ugly rot." I don't want to talk to you because we record. I don't want to use no bad words. And she kicked me, man, and I couldn't take it anymore. I take the machine and chop behind of her leg with the foot. We say in Jamaica, the foot scarf, and the meat hung down like a steak. And I rushed her to the Symarip Bay Hospital, and then her sister get in touch with my mother and say, "You want to take Roy right out of Jamaica right now?" My mother didn't have the money to take me out. She have to borrow the money to get me out because otherwise he's gonna go to prison, Stony Hill.
And
so
you would get a police record and you wouldn't be able to leave.
Exactly. So they take me out really quick. The quickest time I think anybody ever get a passport. I don't know how to do it because I was too young to accumulate all those stuff. So I got to get out of they got me out of Jamaica and then come to England. I thought I was coming to paradise, man. And the old thing started again. Tell the boys you can't walk the street and they beat your ass up in England again, in London, So my old life is just a terror.
Understood. Yeah.
But it couldn't stop my music ability.
Right.
Never.
Yes. Well,
because I was born for this. And God said,
it was your
make me strong. God made me strong, meant body, bodily and mentally strong.
Yes.
Nothing can keep me down.
Absolutely. Right. So Roy, speaking of which, so for those that are unaware, how do you describe skinhead reggae, and what sets it apart from regular from other reggae or even from rocksteady or from blue beat? How do you describe it?
Yes, another good question. When we started the Skinhead Muslim, if you listen to the Skinhead Muslim album, pretty good. It's not really because 90% of the bands in England, right back to the Aggrolites, they listened to our music and started playing that kind of style of reggae. And I didn't name it that way. We just call it, the black people never come to our concert. They call our reggae back in the day, they call it watered down reggae.
Because it was recorded in England.
Yeah, watered down reggae, that's what they call it in England, because your reggae is like a glass of water mixed with milk.
I never got that before.
You guys reggae is like watered down reggae with milk, till when the pioneers got there doing their own stuff and so on. So the skinhead reggae, the English kids, them before they used to call it just normal. They didn't call it no two-tone. Two-tone come in the 80s.
Yeah.
After that, they call it two-tone reggae. And by my days, they didn't call it skinhead reggae. They just call it normal commercial reggae.
Okay.
Something like this. They didn't give no name. But the skinhead reggae come after Laurel started to play it as well. Because Laurel come to be in the reggae scene as skinhead reggae man. They call him the godfather of ska. Laurel wasn't playing ska those days. Laurel was just playing his own thing, Cuban stuff them. Because we used to back him. La Bamba, all them things and all this other stuff.
Right.
After we leave the country, Laurel started to do his own going to skinhead scene, and they've given us branding as skinhead as the thing that the skinhead reggae come just automatically because the skinhead used to like the way we play our music. And black people never visit our concert. Never. So we have get the chance. We always playing to white people. Mm-hmm. And the skinhead couldn't dance the real reggae. And our reggae is like mixed with reggae, rocksteady, and ska together to give that kind of sound. So when we started playing, they said that's why they call it watered down. We take a little piece from that and a piece from this and put it all together. That's why you have the Skinhead Moonstamp album, and that's one of the most famous reggae albums of the planet.
Mm-hmm.
I think you guys know this.
Indeed.
Yes, man. Indeed. Of course.
You know, Skinhead Moonstamp, the album, and it's all my voice. And I was proud to tell you, I'm talking about Skinhead reggae now, so I give myself as a Skinhead reggae artist. Because I'm not into the root stuff, because the young kids them can't dance it back in the day.
Right.
You have to make music that the young kids can dance, otherwise they don't come to your concert. So my music would have because it have a little bit ding 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 ding, and then you know, and the kids them jumping out of the place, and it is, over the years in the end of the 70s, 69, 70, they started calling Skinhead reggae. But we was the first to play that kind of style. And that's why they gave us the credit. We didn't get a trophy for it, you know. But everybody come and get all this
What
stuff.
year are you talking now?
1969.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Right.
That's when Skinhead Moonstamp came out. If you're talking about 1969, how many years ago? Exactly this year would be 55 years ago. That album is 55 years old.
Wow. Yes.
Wait a minute. Wait, let's check it. 1969. 2024.
Yeah,
yes.
Right. Yeah,
you're
55 years old. That album.
You're a mathematician, man.
Yeah, 55 years. Well, 24. I'm not that stupid, but I could learn more. But I use my head for other stuff, you know. But sometimes I'm good and sometimes I'm not good. Anyway, but my first record, I was 15. So I've been in the reggae scene.
So that's shortly after you arrived in England. Shortly after you arrived in England, you made a record.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah. At 14.
I'm in the reggae scene longer than any of those black artists in England.
Yeah,
because you know, was a great friend of mine, the one who taught me to play piano, Owen Gray.
Oh, yes.
Owen Gray, he taught me to play piano because we used to back him too.
Oh, you know him that well, eh? Yeah.
I know him good, man. Owen Gray, Owen Gray, Nicky Thomas, all those guys, Jackie Edwards used to come down to my place where I used to stay because they were the music. The music start there. Right. The music start in my bedroom. In my bedroom, the music started, the pyramid started, the beats started, till Eddie Grant changed the name from the beats and give it the name Pyramids. And when we make Skinhead Moonstamp, Graham Goodall, we couldn't put out Skinhead Moonstamp under the name of Pyramids. So we said, what we're going to do, because it's going to be a great hit. The same time when Man Landed on the Moon, that was 1969. You see? And Graham Goodall said, the only thing we can do is change the name from Symarip and spell it backwards without a D.
Oh, that's where the idea came from.
Right.
You see? That's where the name Symarip came. Everybody asks, what's the meaning of Symarip? We said the pyramid spelled back way. Without a D. You know, because we have some problem with Eddie Grant Record Company, because this time we have a contract with the Eddie Grant Record Company.
Right.
And we couldn't put out a record on the name of Pyramid. And it just come, the name Symarip just come and blow it away. I mean, it's two different ways. The original way was S-Y. And if you check the original album, it's ended with a Y at the end. And Chosen changed their own S-Y-M-A-R-I-P-S, Symarip. And the other name was S-I-M-A-Y-R-I-R-Y-P.
Oh, right, I've seen that, yeah.
Right.
So that was, we find the original, that's why it's very expensive now, the original Skinhead Moonstamp single, that's the name you're going to find in it.
Interesting.
And Chosen changed it around and spelled it S-Y-M-A-R-I-P, Symarip. Anyway, that's those things are history, you see?
Yeah.
Yes.
And you know. So back to your question, Eric. What your question was it again? What you asked me?
You answered it as far as it's the definition and describing skinhead reggae and the difference.
Skinhead reggae. Well, I didn't give it that name. It was given. I can't tell you who gave it that name, but I know I swear in my life, and everybody knows. I don't even swear. Everybody knows all the Two Tones band without Symarip, you would not have no two-tone bands. And that's what makes me so famous, because the people know this. Even the Aggrolites said this on the radio station. I said, I didn't say, they said it themselves, and even said it on the stage. Without Symarip, would be no Aggrolites.
Yeah. Right. Oh, yes, without a doubt. Right.
You know, and specials, bad manners, selectors, Paul and Blacks, you got a lot of respect for me. If you read into this, you spoke about me very good.
Right. And
you stay so young? We say, well, because I'm not covetous. You know, I'm not covetous. I let everybody live and so on. I'm Another thing, the most important thing you should ask me about before I came back, you have to leave the band, guys. Maybe you guys know this. I'm not just a reggae singer. In Switzerland, nobody knows me as a reggae singer. Only the few Skinheads here. I'm a very known gospel singer here and soul singer.
Yes. And why is that so?
You know this, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, why is that so?
Yeah. Because after when we were with the band in Switzerland back in the days, you have to have a midnight show. And every band back when we used to play the dance music, everybody used to have a midnight show. And my midnight show was gospel music. Those days, the Swiss people love gospel music. So we used to come with those gowns and whatever, the long gowns and
really?
Swing low, chariot, all this other stuff. So one agency saw me one time singing them songs and one night we do the show, I was always a lead singer. Ever since I was a writer from right between the end till 1980. I was always a writer with that band. Anyway, one agency came and saw me singing the gospel music one day, and I said, when I was singing, I getting down, we're trying to play the bottle of Jericho, and the band be a song like Amazing Grace and so on. And the guys said, look, we're gonna need you, a guy like you, to sing at the weddings and the funerals. Because you have a great voice. We need somebody, because the guy who was doing it, Moses Lamar, he died. So a lot of the Swiss people those days looking for black singers in the church to sing gospel music at the wedding, at the funeral, and birthday party and all this stuff. Those days, gospel was a boom here, And that's how I got into it. Then in the end, I started do tours and have a band and so on. And after a while, I get joined in a big gospel choir as the main solo artist, and go on and go on. And that is where I made my money that I could buy this house. Not from the reggae music.
So
because Switzerland pays very good entertainer. I look myself and I could do TVs and play with the Swiss. If you go on YouTube and put in Roy Ellis with the Swiss Orchestra, you see me, I sing with the big bands.
Yeah,
that came up.
Speaking about
doing
Roy,
the research, we came up.
Yeah, and speaking of the research and speaking of that too, you also performed alongside some big names like Celine Dion and
Larger Than Life,
and Phil
Collins. Yeah, Celine Dion, and big name man, Celine Dion.
Yeah.
Without nobody got that chance to do it. I guess there's Celine Dion, beat Phil Collins.
Yeah, man.
That's amazing.
Those are names larger than life.
Huh?
Those are names larger than life. So share some experiences that you had with working with those people.
Well, I was just there, not as I was just, put it this way, I work with them, but I was just there to sing with them in a way, doing back-ends,
Right.
I perform, but the experience at Phil Collins, we didn't have much to do with one another. I was just happy to be there to get the propaganda from it,
Right.
Celine Dion now, I didn't do the television with her. I did a big festival in the football stadium, and they had a choir, and they're looking for good singers for the choir, and I got to anticipate in this choir and so on. So I do this, so I get a little bit of recognized from this. Go, Roy, let's sing with this and this one. Even Boris Becker, when he got married, he didn't know anybody else. Look on the gospel singing in Germany and all those things. But they got me to sing at his wedding, Boris Becker.
Wow.
The great, it's all in the internet, man. We're going to if you go on Roy, www.royelscc, we sitting down beside, that was 2009. I sang at Barris Baker wedding, and he could take somebody else. Why they take me? I still don't understand up to this day. Why me?
So, Roy, it's pretty sad that if it wasn't for gospel music, you would probably be eating dog food. You could make a living off reggae.
No. The gospel music take me out of the shit. Sorry, pardon my language. Yeah. Because you can't make no money. You have to make reggae music. You have to have good promotion, and it's too much of us. You see? So
but the songs are popular. But the songs are very popular.
Huh?
So is it you signed bad contract because the songs are very popular, extremely popular?
Yeah. But
bad contract.
But the only time now I'm getting a good response from my work now is Liquidator Music. It's a very small independent label. But it's good because this guy is very serious.
Mm-hmm. Right. And with the amazing festivals all around the world
and amazing festival get in trouble. Right. Even Japan, if you go and Google YouTube, you can see Japan, they crown me because Roy is in Japan, what you call it, like a ceremony thing. They bring me to the stage and like a crate. I don't know if you've seen it.
Yes.
They bring me to the stage. And they bring, after the concert, they take me off the stage like, I don't know, I don't know what to call it. It was very frightening sitting up on that thing,
Wow.
And those guys who they live in the mountain, they're like Symarip, They were like Symarip, You saw the video?
I did see some of it, yes.
I have.
Yeah, they put me on this big thing because it's like a honor, it's a Japanese honor because they love me. One concert that didn't think that one guy used to be a skinhead because there's a lot of Japanese skinheads.
Right.
And it came from the cloister, what they call it, where the monk with head shaver and come in his yellow clothes and come extra to the concert, extra to my birthday. I had birthday, that was 2008. He came all the way, he bring all the Skinhead Muslim album for me to sign it.
Wow.
He signed it. And then he went back to the but before he was a skinhead.
Wow.
So this kind of honor
not the violent skinhead, not the violent racist skinhead, right?
No.
Right.
These people, they I don't know. The Japanese, they love me. I went to Korea, they love me there.
Oh yes, man. Reggae music, man. Right. Yes, man.
Yeah. And what I'm trying to say now, I'm so proud and honored that I'm doing this interview with you guys, but I can't tell you everything what happened in my life. If you read the book, then you have a treat.
Yes, we're pushing. We're going to push the book.
Yeah. Right.
And another thing I want to say, another great honor for me that I can travel around to sell the music. And even sometimes I put other people's music in my program because I said I'm not selfish. I sometimes one rhythm going on, a jamming something from Derek Margaret, something from Max Romeo, something from the Pioneers, because I toured with the Pioneers a couple of times and so on, know them very well. And I'm so happy that I can sell the Jamaican music.
Indeed.
If it's skinhead reggae, whatever, it's Jamaican music.
Amen.
Sell it all over the planet.
Yes, sir.
And everybody with wide open arms waiting for me. And that's the great honor when they say, look at me now. They said, look at me now.
And
one time I was eating dog shit, and look at me now. People coming to see me, and that makes me give me some. A matter of fact, before I go, sometime when I see the atmosphere, man, when I see them doing airline, oh my God! After the concert, people shouting for more, and I do 3, 4 encore and do have no more. And people don't understand me. And I went into the dressing room because I'm so emotional, man, and tears coming down in my eyes,
man.
And I feel very...
Thinking of where you're coming from, your background, struggle to get to
where you're coming from, and I said, look at me now. People looking up at me. People looking up at me and clapping and shouting for more, And before many back as boy days and young boy, people used to kick my ass,
Yeah. Right. Right.
And it makes a very hard life, man. And,
yes, man.
I'm not sympathizing with myself. It's the reality that I'm telling you about.
Right.
Yes. No, for sure. And Roy, we have 2 more questions before we round things.
Well, there's a third one too. People wanted to ask, when I told a couple of people was going to interview you, they all asked me to ask you one question. What are the chances of a reunion with the Pyramids?
Never.
Oh.
You can tell him Roy Ellis said never. Because they tried in England. That's why Monty and the bass guy, if they wanted a reunion with the Pyramids, the Symarip or the B or whatever, they got to get back all the guys who died.
Which is
got the saxophone player died, the trumpet player died, the guitar player died. You know?
Right.
And Frank would have to go back and play the drums, but he doesn't want to play the drum because now he's the frontline singer. I don't know what he's singing about, but Monty used to play the keyboard. He threw away the keyboard and wanted to sing. Now, what do you think? I was always a singer from the band from the beginning until 1980.
Right.
All of a sudden, everybody's trying to make competition with me. You know, that's all I can say. I'm not bringing them down because man have to survive. I understand this, but why that way? You know, going around calling themselves, Symarip Pyramid. They didn't even take one name because I'm going as Raw Ellis, Mr. Symarip, because Laurel gave me that name. Because when Laurel said to me I should go out and carry on, you can do the gospel and the soul stuff, man, and do Barry White imitation. That's great. But, and James Brown, but if you go back there, Mr. Laurel, I can't go back out there as Raw Ellis because nobody's know me. He said, of course I can. Just put the name Roy Ellis, a.k.a. Mr. Symarip. Darrell gave me this name. And this work.
Right. So you sung lead on most of the early works.
Yeah.
Right.
In England, they're going around calling themselves Symarip. Didn't take one name, Symarip or Pyramid. They put both names together that I can't use them. You see? So Larry said, just put on the a.k.a. also known.
Sure.
Roy Ellis, also known as Symarip. I know that this jockey played the Symarip song. You know what they do now over here? When they play the song, they don't say Symarip. They played all the songs on the radio. I heard it many times. They featuring Roy Ellis. Before they used to just play Symarip. That's it.
Right. No, they
said Skinhead Moose Stamp, featuring Roy Ellis. Skinhead Girl, featuring Roy. That's some featuring Roy. So everybody know who I am now, but they're still fooling around in England. But as I said, if they want to try that we want to survive, how far can they go with this? Because everybody know who I am.
Right. No, understood. Roy, you talked about traveling the world, and we can tell how appreciative and humbled you are. Can you just name some of the bands that you work with around the world outside of the Aggrolites?
Oh my God, guys!
Obviously, you can't name all of them.
When I bring the book to you.
All right. Yes.
Tony did a great thing. The guy in Czech, the book was written in Czechoslovakia.
Right.
So it's in Czech and it's in English, gonna be in Spanish soon. I don't know whatever. And at the back of the page, you're gonna see all the bands who back me.
Oh, I love that.
And still want to back me. It's all written there.
Nice.
And they're all great bands. And some of them finish and let them still going. It's so many bands that they said statistic. There's no artist was backed by so many bands as Roy Ellis.
Congratulations, man.
Congratulations. I believe it.
So, Roy, any ties with Jamaica? You go back to visit?
I go back to Jamaica. I was in Jamaica 19.
19, that's long time. 19?
Listen.
25.
I went back to Jamaica when I met my woman in 1981.
Yeah.
I met my woman in 1980. And I went back to visit January. The same time as Bob Marley died because I went down for the funeral. Okay. Because I met him.
Right.
I met him, but didn't talk to him. You remember one time he went to live in England?
Yes, sir. Right.
He didn't have dreadlocks then. We call it this natty dread, He wasn't growing it. So he had a concert in a club called the Bees, a matter of fact, in a place called Peckham. It's in the book too. So I went there to see the concert. Frank was there telling everybody. And I gotta tell you guys before I go, the next day we went in as a football fanatical. We went in there, we met, and the band, Frank wasn't there at the time, but I went because I wanted, was some of the friends who were crazy about Bob Marley. And we went to this park and it was sitting there, and the man was talking to us. everybody, I stay far away because I didn't know him to talk to. But but listening. And when I listened to that guy, I said that guy gonna be he's like a prophet. Those days I didn't know it was gonna be so big then. It wasn't big then, it was just, as I said, it just left the Wailers with Peter Tosh, and he left, he was on his own before he meet the other guys then. And the guy was talking, so that's why I met Bob Marley at the time. And then I get acquainted with Peter Tosh. I met him too. I met Lee Perry. I met him Perry on the same street I'm living. I met him away. So I met a lot of them, but not really, not really so close. Just looking at. Right. So that's when I went to Jamaica. That's 1981. What I want to say. I could say what's the name of the street where the funeral, where the coffin was going by?
Mr. Brown. Mr. Brown or Bob Marley coffin?
No, Bob Marley now. Oh. Bob Marley funeral. I was going to Bath, Portland, so I went down and I took one stone and killed two birds. So, because the same time the funeral was going on, the same time I go to Jamaica, and that's why I said I want to experience the funeral, because this guy, it was an honor to meet him, not to talk to, but to look at him, and so on. So I'm going to go to my grave. I met Bob Marley. Didn't talk to him, but I could listen to him when he speak. It was like sitting down and like was talking to this, like the old people sitting down. Nobody said a word. Just listen to him. And he was smoking and in the park and so on. And that's the last time I went to Jamaica in 1981, this funeral. I spent the 3 weeks.
Yeah. So is it by choice that you don't go?
Because I don't have the body out there, you see.
Right.
And my sister, she didn't like me because she didn't know me. So what am I going to go to Jamaica for, to somebody who don't like you?
Understood. Right.
Understood. But she like me now. So who's the one who's taking care of her now in Jamaica? She have 8 kids and none of them don't want to do it. And every time something wrong, no, she lost 2 of her kids. I'm the one who paid for the funeral.
Oh.
Because she couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
So I got a big family from my mother's side. I don't know my father's side family. I never met none of them. Only the son, Chris.
Right.
I don't. What am I doing in Jamaica? Because I would go there stories. That's why I took my wife. I even take my mother with me. I pay her fare and everything in the hotel. So because she's been on there every year to my sister, but I said, look, I'll take you along with me because you can show me around a little bit. And I left Jamaica when I went back, I couldn't believe it. Because those days it was a British colony, and after British get independent, where I was staying at the time is not the same anymore. It's like going to the jungle. It was very strange for me. So I have no more experience in Jamaica.
Right.
I'm not a family man. I don't have this big family. They are not a big family, I'm sure, but I don't know them.
Yeah, right.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Roy, let's leave our audience with this. Would you mind doing an impersonation?
You want impersonation of who?
Of either, you can choose Barry White, James Brown, or whoever else.
I've heard people say too much of everything is not good for you, baby, but I don't know about that. Is every time we may love and share love,
Barry.
It seems to me that it's not enough. It's just not enough, baby, to share love and be loved. Don't go changing, try to please me. You never let me down before, baby. I don't imagine too familiar. I don't see you anymore. I never hurt you in times of trouble. We never would have come this far. I take the good times, I take the bad times. I love you just the way you are. You should know. That's it.
I love it.
So, Roy, the singing, obviously, I'm speculating now, came from the father's side because Alton, Hortense,
And his kids, them, the son. Christopher is pretty good.
I'm assuming it's from their father, right?
Yeah, and him, Bobby Ellis, is a musician, a trumpeter. It's also family.
One of the best. Them related as well?
Yeah, this family from that they told me about it. Bobby Ellis is a trumpeter, it's the family.
Oh, I know him. Household name in Jamaica.
Kenbo told me, and all the sons them in England, they all sing. All 10 sons them in England, they all sing. Wow. Troy Ellis, this one called Troy Ellis. Troy.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he sings urban, you know.
Right.
And you know, it's in the genes, so I can always say
I see that.
I got that. And my mother could sing. My mother was a great singer. She used to sing in the church choir. You know, so the music always there, you know. But instrument, I don't know about anyone. I know the Bobby, I know play the instrument.
Right.
But I always love to play something, you know, not only just singing. I would like to, instead of singing and playing with myself.
Right.
Yes.
Roy,
just about reach our destination.
Yeah, Roy, we're very excited. We're going to see you here in Southern California on Saturday, January 18th at La Santa in San
Diego. All right.
Any parting words, sir?
Eh?
Any parting words for your fans?
Well, I'm looking forward to see everybody. As the last couple of times we played, it was a full house, and I hope it's going to be a full house again. And I'm looking forward to see all the people, and we're going to jam together. Don't worry, I'll be here, I'll be there, I'll be everywhere.
Indeed.
All over the dancer. I hope we put on the dancing shoes and all the skinheads on it, but the real skinheads, not the ones that will make in trouble.
No, we don't.
And we're going to have a great time.
Yeah,
right.
It's a big place. It's a big place. Is it a big place?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a nice sized place, indeed. Yes.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, tell the fans, listen, fans, I'm looking forward to see everybody, and also put on the dancing shoes and get out there. I won't wear no boots on the stage. I dress different, but I'm still your boss skinhead. So I'm looking forward to see you all.
Yes,
and Merry Christmas.
Yeah, wonderful.
And Happy New Year, and keep cool till we meet again.
Happiest holidays to you, and we thank everyone for your ongoing support.
Yes.
Please do subscribe to this podcast series and our YouTube channel, and follow History of LA Ska on Instagram, and please join our Facebook page.
And this series is produced by Rockery Radio, of course, Eric Kohler here.
And Junior, thank you. I appreciate that. And to everyone out there, please do your part to celebrate and preserve the scene and the music we all love so much. And come on out. As Roy said, put on your dancing shoes and enjoy yourself. Much love and be well. Roy, we'll see you soon. Take care, everyone.
And guys, I wish you a Merry Christmas, huh?
Yes, Merry Christmas to you as well.
And I will see you again till that time. So, very prosperous New Year. 2025.
Yeah,
nice.
We appreciate it.
And I'll be there. And in January, I'll be there to rock it.
Okay? Yes. All right. Take care now.
Bye, man. Thanks very much for the interview. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.